We have to hold on with both hands to our sanity. But it can be very bleak, especially right now, because it seems as if there is a culture whereby we're hurtling back in time. The artists really have to reflect, I think, what people are going through. I think people are having a difficult time. And so as elders, that is within our control to be available, to have those conversations with them that might just be, hold on, we have to hold on. The last tour, I broke a toe, I broke a leg, I cracked a rib, I shattered something in my arm. Just all kinds of things happen. I don't want to just play the same show every night. The crew and the band usually know that we can go and may just go anywhere. But if I feel like a song needs to be played, I'll just insert it and play it. There is a collaborative energy that goes on after I've read the letters that have gotten backstage from the people that will be coming to the show that night. So they have input on what the show will become. I play pretty full on. And it's not necessarily the playing that does it, it's the walking in heels and something unravels and I trip and smash an ankle. But it's understanding that adjustments will have to be made. What that looks like for the next tour, I'm having some ideas. Designing the show, designing the ranges, maybe bringing in background singers to give that support. I'm considering that because I'm a realist. I'm pragmatic. Even though I have fairies and muses in my life, don't think that they can't be pragmatic with me. You know they can. The mystical world doesn't have to be woo-woo. They've been there for me since before I can remember, just guiding and with inspiration. In my 20s, I stopped listening to the Muses because I was getting rejected so much with my own music that I was producing. I started listening to what A&R or what the record labels felt they had slots for. They had an idea that I could fit a rock chick slot. So I listened. And then there was a severing. That eternal well of guidance got quiet. And I wrote to get a record deal. And that's when everything went wrong. You might think you have friends until you have a failure. And failure is the worst thing you can catch in LA. I stopped being invited to gatherings and parties, and people started to back away. I was called a third-rate Pat Benatar, and I have said I was probably a fifth-rate Pat Benatar. Love Patty. But once Why Can't Tori Read was a bomb, I took out the Aquanet hairspray and took off the bustier. My mother was thrilled about that. I mean, I've always said, she said, darling, I just thought you were gonna die in that bustier. And so it became a blessing. The failure became a gift because I found out who my very few friends were. And I also began to realize it's okay to look in the mirror and say, I want my self-respect as a musician more than anything else. And I will be true to the music. What happens in the music business is unlike the film business, where the Helen Mirrens of the world are able to age because they need those roles to be played. In the music industry, we accept in some of our men how they deal with the aging, and we don't see it as, ooh, put them out to pasture, this is unattractive. We think, oh, they've seen a lot. That's kind of attractive. And I approached this with one of the male heads of the label about it. And he looked at me and said, but if we're not getting demand for the women that are postmenopausal but we are for the men. We meet the demand and supply it. And I just thought, okay, this is a battle worth fighting. We can't disappear. Whatever's going on, those of us by the fire that have been here for decades and decades, this is not a time to run away from the tough questions and the brutality that's going on, the scary that's going on out there. We have to show up because they need us, and we need them for discourse and their ideas. They have fire. They have internal fire, and we have to tend that fire.